The world is a tapestry woven with threads of light and darkness, each thread representing the myriad experiences of life. Most of us navigate this realm blissfully unaware of the shadows lurking at the edges of our perception, hidden in the corners of our minds. Yet there are those who dwell in those very shadows, watching, waiting, biding their time. These are the hunters of souls, the tempters, the devourers of light demons, ever present and ever watchful. What makes a soul appetizing to these creatures of darkness? What draws them to certain individuals? What makes one individual a beacon, an irresistible target for possession, while another remains untouched, seemingly invisible to these dark entities? The answers, like the demons themselves, reside in the shadowed corners of the human psyche, hidden from plain sight. They whisper to us in the stillness of the night, reminding us that sometimes the greatest vulnerabilities lie within, buried deep in our subconscious. The human experience is a tapestry woven with joy and sorrow, hope and despair, each emotion a thread in the grand design of life. It is in those darker threads, the moments of weakness and vulnerability, where demons find their purchase, exploiting our deepest fears. They are drawn to the cracks in our souls, the fissures created by grief, trauma and fear, feeding on our pain. Like predators stalking the weak and the injured, demons sense these vulnerabilities and exploit them, whispering temptations, amplifying doubts and promising solace in exchange for dominion over the soul, a perilous exchange. It is a dangerous bargain, one that has haunted humanity since the dawn of time, a timeless struggle between light and darkness. Imagine, if you will, the raw, gaping wound of grief, a wound that never truly heals, the loss of a loved one, a void that echoes with memories and unfulfilled promises, the shattering of a dream, like glass breaking into 1,000 irreparable pieces, the crushing weight of despair, a burden that feels impossible to lift. These are the landscapes where demons roam freely, thriving in the darkness. They are drawn to the aroma of pain, like moths to a flame, the bitter tang of anguish, a feast for their insatiable hunger. Each tear is a siren song, calling out to the darkness, each doubt a welcoming beacon, guiding them to their next victim. Those grappling with loss or consumed by sadness become easy prey, their defenses weakened, their hope dimmed, their spirits vulnerable to the insidious whispers of the damned, whispers that promise relief but deliver torment. But it is not just the grieving who attract the attention of these malicious entities. The isolated, the ostracized, the forgotten, those who exist on the fringes of society, they too are prime targets. Loneliness creates a void, an emptiness that yearns to be filled with anything, even darkness. An emptiness that yearns to be filled, a chasm that calls out for companionship. Demons are more than happy to oblige, offering a twisted sense of companionship. A counterfeit connection that feels real but is ultimately hollow. A counterfeit connection that ultimately leads to enslavement, binding the soul in chains of despair. And then there are the children. Innocent, pure, their laughter like a melody, their minds are still developing, their imaginations vast and unguarded, their defenses not yet fully formed, making them easy targets for the malevolent. To a demon, a child's soul is a delicacy, a treasure trove of untapped potential, a pristine canvas upon which to paint their dark desires, corrupting innocence with every stroke. While the human psyche serves as the primary hunting ground for demonic entities, the physical world is not without its own hazards. These hazards often manifest in places where the veil between our world and the supernatural is thin, allowing dark forces to seep through. Certain locations become imbued with a residual darkness, echoes of past traumas and malevolent energies clinging to the very walls. Abandoned asylums, battlefields soaked in blood, and places where immense suffering has occurred often become hotspots for these dark energies. Ancient ruins, whispering of forgotten rituals. These are but a few examples of places where the veil between realms wears thin. In these places, the air feels heavier, and an unsettling presence can often be felt, as if the past is still very much alive. To venture into such places unprepared, to treat them with disrespect, or worse yet, to attempt to exploit their power, is to invite the attention of forces beyond our comprehension. These forces do not take kindly to intrusions and can wreak havoc on the unprepared. Objects too can become vessels of darkness. These items, often found in such haunted locations, can carry the malevolent energies with them, spreading the darkness wherever they go. Ancient artifacts imbued with the will of malevolent beings, cursed possessions passed down through generations, and items used in dark rituals can all become conduits for evil. Cursed possessions passed down through generations, even seemingly innocuous items like mirrors or dolls can become conduits for demonic influence. These objects often carry a history of dark deeds and malevolent intentions. Even seemingly innocuous items like mirrors or dolls can become conduits for demonic influence. These objects act as anchors, allowing dark energies to latch onto the material plane and exert their influence on those who come into contact with them. These objects act as anchors, allowing dark energies to latch onto the material plane and exert their influence on those who come into contact with them. The unwary may find themselves haunted by nightmares, plagued by misfortune or worse. A word of caution to the curious and the greedy. Some doors are best left unopened, some treasures better left buried. The allure of the unknown can be tempting, but the consequences of disturbing these dark forces can be dire. The process of demonic possession is rarely a sudden dramatic affair. It is, more often than not, a slow, insidious encroachment, a subtle unraveling of the mind and spirit. The demon, having identified its target, begins with observation, studying its prey, learning its weaknesses and vulnerabilities. This is followed by temptation, the whispering of doubts, the amplification of negative emotions, the subtle nudging towards self-destructive behaviors. As the victim succumbs to these temptations, the demon's influence grows stronger. The oppression phase begins with nightmares, feelings of being watched, unexplained noises, and sudden shifts in mood. The victim may experience physical ailments, a general sense of unease, and a growing disconnect from reality. The final stage, full possession, occurs when the demon has gained complete control over the host body and mind. The victim's personality is submerged, replaced by the malevolent entity now in command. Their actions become erratic, their words laced with a chilling darkness that belies their true nature.